widdz here, and in today's video it's time for another PvP build video. Since on Tuesday there will be a conflict event in the game, so I want to prepare you guys to have some builds to choose from. And in today's video I'm gonna go through probably my favorite build to play when it comes to PvP, and that is a one-shot sniper build. If you've been watching me throughout all these years, especially Division 1, you do know how much I love one-shot sniper builds. Did you know I'm now a Kick partner? Go follow at kick.com/widdz for ad-free live streams. So we're gonna start off going through the gun because that is pretty damn important and a bit different compared to PvE, because Mantis exotic sniper is the best one to use. So get a Mantis, get damage to target out of cover, and then you have the talent right here. Then we have the key point here with the talent that headshot and weak point damage against enemies not targeting you amplifies by 50%. And for some reason this works in PvP all the time, making this the most damage by far in PvP. Worth to note as well is that headshot kills resets the cooldown of decoy in case you want to run decoy. Especially I would recommend that for Dark Zone. I mean, the gun itself is pretty good. 40 headshot damage on the scope, reload speed, stability, crit chance. Honestly, don't know why it have crit chance muscle. It should have just been headshot there as well. But yeah, that is the main sniper we're gonna use. I would not recommend you to use anything else, so I'm not gonna go through anything else. In terms of other guns, it doesn't really matter. Like, I like to run a harvest. You probably not have determined, but just have something to swap to secondary. You could use an orbit or a harvest and use a finisher talent. But crit is not gonna matter that much. But if you easily can kill a skill when you don't have anything else to do, then this is a pretty neat thing to get for the sniper. Even though crit is not that good. As a secondary, I just have a Lexington. I mean, you can have any SMG that you want. Maybe a Purist, depending on what skills you use. You just use a shotgun or SMG. It's not a big focus. We do look at the build. I prefer to play this one with Ninja Bike. I am gonna go through, I guess, a quick version of how we can play this with Vigilance, but Vigilance is quite overkill. Sorry to interrupt, but I got a second channel at youtube.com/widdz for scouts, vendor resets, news, and extra Division 2 videos. So make sure you subscribe to both channels. And the reason I like to use Ninja Bike over Vigilance is because if you get hit, then you lose Vigilance. I like to play sniper a little bit more close and up. I don't like to sit back and play super slow in the back. So that's why I play it that way. It's just more suited for my own playstyle. And I recommend you guys to, of course, make the builds tied to your personal preference and playstyle. In case you don't know how Ninja Bike works, it just adds a +1 on gear set and +1 on brand set. So in this case, we have 2 pieces of hotshot that will turn into 3 pieces, which makes this really good. There's a lot of gear sets and brand set that gives you headshot damage and the marksman rifle damage. And Ninja Bike really shines when you only need headshot damage, because you lose attributes when you use gear sets, right? We're gonna go for headshot damage as a #1 priority. Everywhere else, try to go weapon handling. Weapon handling giving reload speed, accuracy, swap speed, and stability. And then we're gonna put all the cores into red, so we have 6 red core in terms of stats prior. So that's 3-piece hotshot with Ninja Bike. Then we also have another gear set, which is the breaking point set, giving you 25% marksman rifle damage. Then we also have Hasberg, which is insanely good for sniper, 13 headshot damage and 20% marksman rifle damage. And lastly, I guess a bit more unique piece. This spot as well can be adjusted, but we have Pristine Example, which is a named heraldic chest piece that comes with perfect focus. Normal focus will give you 5%. This one will give you 6%, meaning you will get a total of 60% when you aim down the scope. But talent-wise, you can swap it, but if we quickly just take a look at focus, you can see right here we're charging it up. It's pretty slow, and personally, I usually don't get the max benefit from this. But there's not really that many talents that you can get on the chest piece. You can see the difference there, around 10 million. With full focus, we get 15 million. But a lot of times, maybe I'm just in a scope for a few seconds, or even if a quick scope, it will still add at least like 1,000,000 or something. So it will add a decent amount of damage even though you don't fully scope it. Or you can do a neat trick. You zoom out and zoom in. A lot of times you will see me like this in PvP, which is one of the reasons why I kind of hate focus, but it gives you a lot of damage. You can also like hold right click and just reload like this, then you get a better view, right, and you keep up focus. The chest piece is kind of up to you what you want to run, but if you're going against the tankiest people in the game, you kind of want to have focus. Otherwise, you could run Unbreakable, for example, is something I like to do just for a tiny extra bit of survivability. But it really is up to you. But that kind of covers the build, and I guess we can quickly just look through the stats. Everything into headshot damage is 321%. And yeah, that's basically how it's looking right here. A lot of people ask for the stat sheet here, but I honestly don't understand why. I go through the stats priority. You just listen to the stats priority, right? You just put everything into headshot damage, secondary weapon handling, and all red cores. I mean, it's pretty simple to follow. There's no reason for me to show all the pieces because you know what I'm getting on the pieces, right? In case you want to play Vigilance, you can do something like this. So 3-piece hotshot, you still have the 2-piece Hasberg, and then you still use the pristine example. If you want to play something else than focus, run a normal Araldi with like Unbreakable or a talent for your choice. With that said though, we go over to the skills. When it comes to conflict, you definitely want to use the Technician drone, which you do get from the Sharpshooter specialization, which we will go to soon. This is a drone with the way shorter cooldown, and you just put it up and it goes up in the air and it gives you pretty good pulse. You basically see the red lines so you can locate the enemies. Pulse of course is better, but in conflict it have like a 2-minute cooldown. So yeah, I don't know why they have it like this. I wish Pulse would be shorter cooldown in conflict. In Dark Zone though, you have the normal cooldown being super low. But for conflict, it's super long, but I still decide to run it. So for Dark Zone, I would recommend Pulse, but in conflict around these two. Other skills you can use. I think in Dark Zone, Decoy can be nice, especially in combination with Mantis that resets it. You could also use Smart Cover, but I don't like to sit in cover, but you could use that for even more damage or for the bonus armor. Other than that, I guess you could use Revive Hive if you are fighting far away and you play around it, you can get revived. But those are kind of the skills I would recommend. We lastly gotta look at the specialization. I recommend Sharpshooter, mainly for the Tactician drone. But you also have stuff like One in the Head that gives you 15% increased headshot damage. You have this weapon stability and reduced recoil and faster reacquisitions of targets, which I don't think do too much, but still. You do have a pretty damn good armor kit when it comes to PvP, because it removes status effects and increases resistance to bleed, poison, and burn for 20 seconds. So pretty neat armor kit, to be honest. Other than that, I mean, you get extra armor while in cover. And make sure you get the marksman rifle damage, which apparently I don't have. What the frick? So yeah, we gotta adjust that. So I've been playing without that, huh? Well, I guess just more damage for me. But yeah, that covers the one-shot sniper build for PvP. In my opinion, the most fun to play in PvP, because I mean, personally, I don't like PvP. I said this many times, but at least with this, I can usually have pretty fun because it's so enjoyable one-shotting. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's video or live on kick.com/widdz or at twitch.tv/widdz.